What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the UFC show. Where we break down the fights for every fight night and every pay-per-view. We are brought to you, of course, by the lovely people at True Rev MMA, where they let us use the cage background, and I'm pretty sure they do pay-per-views for all their events. I believe the next one is in May. Going to be an awesome card, as always. Local talent, Iowa talent, all good talent. And then, of course, Jolly Mac Coffee. Jolly Mac Coffee is the official sponsor of all our podcasts here at Hashmark Sports. At Jolly Mac, they ship the bags of coffee, beans, or grounds the same day as it is roasted for perfect flavor. Coffee capsules are roasted the day before to allow for outgassing of beans after the roast. K-Cups are available, and remember, drink Jolly Mac Coffee because you believe so, not because I said so. Please visit hashmarksports.com and click the Jolly Mac banner and use the promo code Hashmark to get 10% off. I do drink a little bit of coffee at work, and I need to try some of this Jolly Mac coffee. So I need to get a hold of these people and get like a little sampler pack and, find out what this coffee's all about. Just a little something to get me going every day. Because I usually go across the street to the coffee shop that is right across from me at work. Great coffee. I don't name drop them because, not a sponsor. But, I digress. I wanted to talk about something completely off subject from UFC real quick before I go into the UFC and, do my, straight to the dome chug. But you ever been messing around on TikTok and just found out some shit that you learned something? Because I literally learned something from a TikTok that really helped me. We have a new toilet in our bathroom because I can't even remember what the hell happened. I think one of my daughters flushed something in there. But yeah. So we ended up getting a new toilet. So it had very low flushing power. And I'm watching this TikTok. This guy's talking about how you shouldn't put one of those chemical Fabuloso or something in the water tank, for whatever reason. He just said it erodes parts and shit. They said that there's a little screw that will put more water in the bowl or the tank, and it'll give a powerful flush. This toilet that I had been, it had such a weak flush. And after I tightened that screw, oh man, you could definitely probably, it's gonna definitely improve me not having to use a plunger all the damn time. And for that, I am glad. And I'm glad that TikTok can be something besides thirst traps, my bad MMA picks, and, the Hashmark people, giving out good picks, I don't even know why they had me here. I was 2-4 last week. Flipping terrible. Ridiculous. They're like, why? Why are you still here, Brian? Why are you still giving us picks? Well, I got to be accountable for myself. I've got to, get better. I've got to get better at giving my picks. I've got to, instead of swinging for some fences and calling some of these fights to finish, I've just got to go money line. You got to sometimes. You live and you learn. But before we go on, we're going to do the chug. This week, it's brought to you It's chocolate milk. Got some fans that said that they want to see me chug some chocolate milk. So I'm not going to do disgusting things when I chug, but like chocolate milk, I don't think I've ever chugged it, so we're going to see how this goes. Probably won't do much alcohol because I don't drink a ton. I am just naturally this, sailor mouth, just naturally. But anyways, chocolate milk straight to the dome, right? Good calcium, builds strong bones, all that shit. That's cold. Ice cold. It sits right in there. It's so cold. All right. Well, let's get into the recap of Walker versus Hill. My fights went 2 for 4. Honestly, truthfully, should have been 3-3. But I had the right fighter picked to win in the one that I lost. I did take 2 losses that were on me, but we'll go over it. We'll talk about it. So we had Jamal Hill versus Johnny Walker for the main event here, but the prelims. I missed the first fight of the prelims. Not much of a fight, anyways. Mario Batista versus Jay Perrin. Batista won this. He won it by unanimous decision. So I mean, it wasn't really that much of a. I didn't miss much. I mean, it was just a ass whooping at the bantamweight level. Next, we had Jonathan Pierce versus Chris Rodriguez. I don't really remember much of this fight. Jonathan Pierce won this one by decision. I must have just been getting into the turning the card on, because for getting home from work and stuff, and getting ready for the to watch the Iowa high school finals. So that was kind of what I was really getting ready for. We had the fight Chad Alhinger versus Jesse Strader. I'm pretty sure in this fight I bet on Strader. Hellinger, he got a hold of Strader and, got some TKO strikes on him, ended up finishing the fight. Belbita versus Gloria De Paula. I kind of, like I said, on prelims, I don't do too much research. I just kind of have fun with it when I bet it. I'm betting like a small amount, and then I'm just trying to bankroll something into, like $50, $60. I'm just starting out with, every fight betting like $5. If I win that bet, then I, take what I won, and then I put it into the next fight. So obviously, the first 2 fights I wasted $10. This one I got De Paula. I picked her. Didn't know much about either fighter. Ended up picking De Paula because she's just she was from Brazil. Brazilian fighters are tough as nails. Yeah, this one was it was evenly matched. You kind of seen De Paula kind of turn on in the second. In the third, she got a takedown, and then she ended up getting a unanimous decision on that. Skelly versus Mark Streagle. This is a cool fight because it was potentially Chaz Skelly's last fight. I think at the end of it, he said he'd come back if the offer was right, but he's probably going to retire. He's going to do some grappling, probably do some of that stuff on the UFC Fight Pass that they always have. That's awesome. I mean, he had 19-3 career. You don't have too many fighters that go 19-3 in their career and then just call it quits. I mean, he's going out on top. His body, he says body's not really responding like it used to. Good for him. Getting out while, before he, ends up looking silly and on someone else's highlight reel. He won this fight via TKO. Good fight. One of the fights I put on my predictions was the next fight. It was Jessica Rose Clark versus Stephanie Edgar. I picked Clark because I thought, she would outstrike Edgar, but Edgar just came in and got the arm bar on her and just submitted her in the first round. It was pretty crazy. So that was my first loss of the night. And I was like, oh, cool. Let's start out the night 0-1. The next fight I picked up, I kind of bankrolled my money from okay, so I did pick Chaz Skelly too. So I went DePaula, 1 million on DePaula, 1 million on Skelly, and then I put money on Benitez. So I had already bet Jessica Rose Clark. I usually put my bets in like the day before, and then the prelims. Like if it's a fight that I picked on prelims, I bet the night before. So I had already bet Rose Clark, lost that one. But then I had 2 fights I was going into with Gabriel Benitez and David Onama. David Onama looked really good for this fight. He had TKO on Benitez as well. I mean, he got in there and he was just throwing punches. Onama was, and then Benitez just lowered his hands and just took like boom, 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 like 3 or 4 punches before he just crumpled. Looked like he forgot how to defend himself. So that was that was the end of the prelims. So Onama, he's gonna be something to fear in the featherweight division. I think Onama's gonna make some noise this year. The main event of the evening started out with main card started out with Joaquin Buckley versus Abdul Razak Al-Assan. I picked Al-Assan in this fight, and it ended. This fight was kind of like, in the beginning, you seen Buckley, get takedowns, and then, you see a little bit of back and forth in the second, and then in the third round, Al-Assan gets his own takedown, and, it was a close fight to call. It was a split decision. So, I bet Al-Assan. The fight ended up in a split decision. Very close fight. That one was a really close one. I did kind of want to bet Joaquin Buckley in the beginning, but there was just something about Al-Assan that, I felt something like he would be able to win, but he at least won on one judge's scorecard, I guess. I guess I went. I should have been 3-3 for the night, I guess. So at this point, I am 0-2. So Jessica Rose, I lost on that one, and I lost on the Abdul Al-Assan, was 0-2. Then next came Jim Miller versus Nicholas Mata, and Jim Miller still has it. This guy is, he's had 39 UFC fights. The guy's been around the block. He ended up getting he beat Mata in the second round, but it was he's still got it. He's still badass. He's the gatekeeper, but he's not letting anybody in. These people that want to be great at lightweight have to go through Jim Miller, and then we're getting these prospects that can't make it past Jim Miller. You're not gonna make it to the title if you can't get past Jim Miller. He's been around the block, but I mean he's still tough, and the guys after him are gonna be tougher. You gotta beat him. If you can't beat him, you're not gonna have a good time. You're gonna have to wait until he leaves in order to get ahead anywhere. But good for Jim Miller. I mean, at this point, I'm 0-3, and I have no idea why. Because, I picked 3 bad fights. 3 bad fights in a row. 3 bad fights. I should have been 3-3 on the night. End up 2-4. And we'll get into that. Because, we have Parker Porter versus Alan Bedeau. Now, this fight, I thought that, truthfully, Parker Porter should have knocked him out. But I forgot, Parker Porter apparently does not have the knockout power at heavyweight, which is gonna not be good for him, as he progresses. Maybe he's not gonna progress a lot in the UFC. Maybe he's a guy that they just put in on fight nights and, prelim cards and early prelims for pay-per-views. Maybe that's what they're going to do with him. But he does not look like he possesses knockout power in the UFC. He should put Parker Porter away. All he did was outstrike him you have a lot of Porter pressuring him and, trying to take him down, put him against the fence. It was kind of a back and forth fight in the second round. The first round was a lot of grappling. And then, Porter gets, the third round, Bedeau's doing all right. And then Porter, gets a takedown. They're not really amazing takedowns, but they're takedowns. What I should have done on this fight, I had the right fighter winning here, but I should have picked Parker Porter money line here, or Parker Porter by decision, or the fight the fight to go the distance. Just with his track record, I thought, hey, maybe Parker Porter will get a finish here, but no, I think what we've seen from Parker Porter is what we're gonna see. I don't think we're gonna see. He's probably gonna get stiffer competition from here on out. He's gonna drag out decisions or get knocked out. The next 2 fights I called correctly. I had Kyle Dakas versus Jamie Pickett. I believe I picked Dakas to win on the money line. Dakas, I kind of think I talked about Dakas was going to wrestle. Dakas could also finish this fight. Dakas, he got the Darce choke on Jamie Pickett in the first round. He had a second left in the fight. Literally had a second left, and he tapped out. It was one of the craziest things I ever seen, but a lot of people are asking, well, why would he tap with 1 second left? Well, he had that Darce in. Dakas did. I don't think that Pickett heard the 10-second, notification, that little clap, that they do when there's 10 seconds left. I don't think he heard it. And truthfully, probably didn't know he only had a few seconds. So, his corner probably wasn't yelling at him. If they were, he probably couldn't hear him. So, sorry, yawning. Probably didn't hear him talking or yelling at him that, there's 10 seconds left, 10 seconds left. He didn't hear the clap, the 10-second clap. And if it gets tight in there, you freak out sometimes. Some of these guys, I don't know how they get out of guillotines. Some of these guillotines look tight as hell, and there's guys in there just pulling their head right out, or they're comfortable right where they are, and they look deep, but that's why they're professional fighters, and I'm not. Finally, the main event came with Johnny Walker versus Jamal Hill. I think I called out Jamal Hill to win by finish here. It was, 2 minutes and 55 seconds in the first round. Weirdest damn knockout I've ever seen. Hill punched him so hard that he apparently had to think about going stiff before he did it, but he got hit, and he went like this and just fell back. It is what it is. I went 2 for 4 on the night. Kind of figured out I don't always have to pick the home run fight, especially to get my picks right. I think we're going to bounce back this fight night, though. I think I got some good picks on this one. We'll just see, So, a little bit backstory on UFC Fight Night Vegas 49. So this is the 49th event they've had at the Apex Center in Las Vegas. This one is Islam Makhachev versus Bobby Green is the main event here. It was Makachev versus it's Benil Dariush, I think I can't remember his first name, but I know it's Dariush, and both top 5 fighters. So this is still a good matchup as well. Green stepping up on short notice. Green's a very tough fighter. But we'll get to that here in a second. All right. So the first fight on the main card breaks down with Armin Petrosian and Gregory Rodriguez. This fight, the odds are in favor of Petrosian. And then Rodriguez is wait, hold on. Maybe it was the other way around. Let me double check real quick. UFC does not have all the picks with the lines on them, so I have to look up the lines on my book real quick. Oh, never mind. So Petrosian is the dog here at plus 135, and Rodriguez is the favorite at minus 160. This one is going to be a pretty decent fight. I think on this one, Gregory Rodriguez is going to be a superior grappler. Petrosian is just a long fighter, likes to keep you at bay. He gets taken down very easily. But one of the big things he does is he can get taken down, much like Jared Cannonier. He can get taken down, let his opponent, waste a lot of, energy, taking him down. And then the second round, he comes through and, once you're tired, he kind of picks you apart from distance, wins the fight. However, I think with this one, Gregory Rodriguez is a far superior grappler than Petrosian's ever fought. I think the odds are, I think the money line on this one is good. Minus 160 is still not bad for betting. It's a close line. I personally think that I'm going to go with Rodriguez money line on this one. But I could see where you could put money on Petrosian, especially if you think he is going to be able to get up from Rodriguez's takedowns. But even if it goes out of the first round, I think that Rodriguez, I think what he should probably do is probably wait till the middle of the round, late in the round, kind of. That's when you get the takedown in. You don't waste that much energy. Get that takedown, control some of that remaining round. Maybe get a submission, or don't go into the second round. Same thing. Do a little bit of dancing. Maybe if you're a little tired from the previous round, dance a little bit, get your wind back, get another takedown, control the round, do enough to get the points. Because Petrosian's going to just pick you apart once you're tired from a distance. Let's just see. Why can't I click on it? I apparently cannot click on the bout anymore. What in the heck? There we go. Yeah, there we go. All right. I'll look at the reach advantage here. Yeah. Petrosian has I guess Rodriguez has the reach advantage here. But yeah. But yeah, I think Petrosian will end up losing this fight to Rodriguez. I think he's the far superior grappler. Moving on, going to the next fight will be Armin Cerukian versus Joel Alvarez. Now, this is a very interesting fight because it's taking place at, I believe we're fighting at lightweight. And Joe Alvarez has had, he's had a few problems making weight. Joe Alvarez is very, very big for this division. He probably won't be at lightweight very long. I just think that this fight, you're gonna see Alvarez look very, very big against a smaller Cerukian. Alvarez is gonna have a 5-inch reach advantage, which is a big, big deal. His leg reach is even better, 3 inches better. He's a pretty good striker too. And he's not much of a grappler though. But I think this fight I'm gonna go with Alvarez. He's the dog here. I just think a bigger, longer fighter is gonna beat Cerukian here. The odds are Cerukian is the favorite right now at minus 320. Alvarez is the dog at plus 250. Those lines have moved though. Cerukian, I don't think he's quite that favorite anymore. I think I got Alvarez at plus 180. So that's where I got the lines. Let's see where. I have Alvarez at plus 180 on my book, and then Cerukian is minus 220 favorite. So I think this is, I mean, even though he's going to be Alvarez is the dog here, I think that he wins this fight. So I'm going Alvarez money line on this one. So we've got so far Rodriguez money line, Alvarez money line. I'm trying to pick a little bit better, give you guys better picks that, you know, are not going to be boom or bust. The third fight we got Ji-Yeon Kim versus Priscilla Cachiora. I think I said that right. The big thing in this fight is, you know, they're both 5'7". Just Ji-Yeon Kim has a 72-inch reach advantage. She has 7-inch reach advantage on a girl that is, you know, the same size as her. Looking at some of these statistics, Ji-Yeon Kim, she lands about five significant strikes a minute. She lands about 34%, which is not huge, but she is throwing volume. She is going to throw a lot of strikes out there. She does absorb about 5.47, which is not amazing, but her defense is better than Priscilla's. Priscilla's nickname is Zombie Girl, and it's kind of a fitting name because she absorbs 6.97 significant strikes a minute. So she's catching about 7 significant strikes a minute. She will take a beating and keep coming forward like a zombie. So you're hitting her, and she keeps coming forward. Kind of like Chris Matinho versus Sugar Sean. So, I mean, that's kind of what I think of when I see her. She doesn't land a bunch. She has 3.82 significant strikes land per minute. And then she only lands about 41% of the time. You know, so we got a high volume puncher with a low significant amount of strikes, and then we got a low volume fighter with about, low volume of landing. But I think we'll see Ji-Yeon Kim land a lot more against Priscilla than she has in the past, with her other fights. She's gonna throw a lot of volume at Priscilla, and Priscilla's just gonna eat them. This one, I'm not gonna get fancy on this one either. I'm gonna go with Ji-Yeon Kim. Her money line is minus 180. I think it's a good safe pick there. It's just something that's not gonna be flashy, because this could go the distance. It's one of those fights where we got someone that's gonna be catching punches and hardly ever gets knocked out versus someone who's just gonna throw a bunch of someone that's gonna land. That's just gonna be. I think it's gonna be a fight that ends in decision. I don't want to get have that wrong, because it's about that could go all 3 rounds. Someone's gonna be. It could be an ass whooping. Ji-Yeon Kim could just be whooping her ass for 3 rounds, and Priscilla just won't go down, or she catches her and she gets knocked out. One of those 2 things are gonna happen. The co-main event is Misha Sirkinov versus Wellington Turman. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I've seen Wellington Turman earlier this year. I can't remember if he's on if I had a prediction against him in a previous fight, or he got hurt in that fight. Turman versus, why is it? I don't get why some of these things they say canceled. Wellington Turman. Okay, so yeah, UFC 270. Wellington Turman was scheduled to face Rodolfo Vieira. Yeah, so I think we did have him, or we looked at him, but he had to withdraw because of medical reasons. So yeah, we have. I think I've broken down, or I've seen him in like the prelims or something. So Misha Sirkinov, I think, in this fight, he's just going to be, he's going to out-grapple Turman. He's going to be, he is, I believe, the favorite in this fight. Sirkinov is favored. He is minus 120, and Wellington Turman is plus 100 on my book. Very close bout. I just think that Turman is not going to be. I don't think he's going to be the guy that that can stuff Sirkinov's takedowns and ground and pound. I think Misha Sirkinov wins this by decision. On this one, I'm taking Sirkinov on money line. He's minus 120. I think it's a good bet. I don't think it's something that's we don't see too much on. It's kind of a weird main event. It's not weird like the Jamal Hill whole card versus Walker, but and then we have the main event, which is Islam Makchev versus Bobby Green. It's a catch weight. I think it's going to be probably 165. I don't know if they said the official weight yet for it, but let me check real quick. Yeah, 160. They're going at 160 pounds. This is just this is crazy. Because Dariush comes out injured. Almost immediately we see so I got the notification on my phone. Within an hour, they had already found a replacement for him, and they had went with Bobby Green. Now, the interesting thing about this fight being at 160, I don't know how much weight Bobby Green went up. He was at least 180 or more. He was probably 190, 195. And he cut about 25 pounds, he said, in 2 or 3 days. Now, if you think about that, that's basically starving your body. Makachev has been doing this weight cut all camp. He's probably, around where he needs to be. He'll be at the catch weight. Bobby Green will have that much. He'll have that much dropped in only a few days. I don't think it's healthy. I think it's going to play into his cardio, his strength. I just don't see him being able to have a relentless onslaught like he did against Hasparat. Here's a little fun fact about Islam Makhachev. I read this on Twitter, and I'm pretty sure I retweeted it. But Makachev has been only the most amount of punches that has been landed on Islam is 13 punches in 3 rounds. So someone landed 4 punches on him in 3 rounds. Like every round they landed like 4 punches on him. I think that in this fight, he's going to stay away from Bobby Green's danger. He's so close to a title shot. Why would you mess it up now? Why would you get wild with it? Why? So we're going to see Islam do what Islam does. He's going to strike a little bit, keep him at bay, get a takedown, maul him, I see a submission win here or a TKO finish. The UFC lines have this fight a little bit closer than I think what my book has. My book has Islam Makchev at minus 800 as a favorite, and then Bobby Green at plus 550. The UFC lines have it a little different. They have Islam at plus 280, and then they have Bobby Green as the favorite at minus 365. That's very odd. I think those are probably flipped the wrong way. But who knows? I don't know why they would have Bobby Green as the favorite. Maybe they know something we don't. I wish I could get that line. I would put lots of money on Islam. I wonder if that's through DraftKings or they just have a simple typo. But yeah, my official bets for this card are gonna be Rodriguez money line, Alvarez money line, Ji Young Kim money line, Misha Sirkinov money line, and then we are gonna get fancy with the Islam versus Bobby Green, and we are gonna go with Islam by finish. And by finish, I mean you need to go to the Method of Victory tab in your book, and then probably select the KO, TKO, DQ sub option. And that's going to be it for me tonight. We're about 45 minutes. Trying to keep it in that 30 to 45 minute range. But, yeah, guys, that'll be me for tonight. And until next week, have fun. Learn some shit on TikTok. I don't know. Don't chug milk. It's ice cold. It sits right in here for a good 5 minutes. Peace.